Just been trying to get out a little bit more. Kind of spent a few weeks.
I'm really glad to see that you made it here. That is a huge deal. You too! It's a huge deal! Way to be here.
I wanted to make a brand of something. So I bought something for the congregation for the Interfaith Center. I don't know where to put it.
What is it?
It's an LED menorah because I know we can't leave one lit without risking burning the place down.
Oh yeah, we don't want to burn the place down.
Yeah, but it needs to be able to plug in.
That's a question for Father Savage.
Okay. So I will write him an email and be like,
Yeah.
Hey, where do you think I can plug it in? 'Cause
That's
I don't
so-
want to plug anything.
Yeah, no. That's a... No, but you can light these electric
That's why I got
menorah
it,
things.
because growing up I always had one in my house, but can't light it without risking burning the place down again, and you'll talk about an RA.
I was actually going to bring it up with Red's Life and be like, for religious reasons, can we have candles? It's literally 8 days. It's not, and we'll watch it. Like, you can't just leave.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, I'm just guessing, because on other campuses, my experience is they're just like, no.
Yeah.
No,
But that, and like, go buy yourself an electric menorah is kind of the...
My mom has one of the ones, we bought it a few years ago, we've never used it, but it's made out of fabric. It's like an advent calendar where you put like the little Santa and the little thing, except it's with candles.
With like candles that you can stick in the menorah.
Uh-huh.
And I was going to go to my 4-year-old's preschool class and be like, all right, we're going to all be a menorah. So like you stand here, and when the shamash, that's the candle that like touches your hands, and you go like this, and so we'll have everybody lit. And then we're going to make them all spin around in circles and sing Sevivon or something. Could you do me a favor?
Yes.
I'm trying to stream this.
Mhm.
Keep saying attempting to reconnect, or like I think it's there and then it's not. If you go to the Interfaith Center YouTube page,
What's the name of the page?
it's the first FURST Interfaith Center YouTube channel. Maybe it says something about Shabbat service.
I don't know
I've
what
on my computer before, but I'm curious what it looks like.
Curious what it looks like now.
And if I think maybe I'm streaming it, or at least I tried to.
It's pointed towards the window.
Wait, what?
It looks like it's just pointed towards, like, you can't see yourself.
Real? Oh, it
Yeah.
moved. Okay, what about now?
Hello, hi Jeff.
Hi.
Shabbat shalom. Great to see you. Is it on now? Okay, wait, I just don't understand where. Hello.
Hello.
Shabbat shalom. I'm trying to figure out why. Maybe that's better. I know there's a delay. I know that there's a like.
It could also be the Wi-Fi. It's not good.
Yes, it is telling me also that the Wi-Fi, but the fact that it's showing anything means that we're on the right
Oh, there it goes.
track.
It just went, but it's very delayed.
It's very delayed. Okay, great. We can handle very delayed because nobody in here needs to be watching it. I just need to know that if someone is clicking on it at home, that
Yes.
they.
I tried clicking on it at home. It says something about making a channel and live streaming, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I came.
I'm glad you're here. It's even better to have you here.
Right.
Wait, do you still have it open on your phone?
I can
It's close. You don't have to. You totally do not have to. I was just going to say, I wonder how the sound is. Here we go. I'll figure it out. Or they won't. I don't know. Do my best.
It's very clear.
If I talk,
It's just very delayed.
it's very delayed, but it is clear.
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, that's so good. What? Lost connection with the Mevo? Why? I didn't do anything different. Oh dear.
It still says it's live.
Great, because it's delayed.
Yeah, so it's going to lose connection.
Okay. Jeff, how's life with you?
Good.
Yeah? You guys are almost at the end of the semester. right? When does the semester end?
15. And then you have finals till 26 and you go finals 22nd, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you have like 2 more weeks of class now?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And then what are you guys doing for your break?
Sleeping.
Sleeping. Also you sleeping?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Animation.
Hibernation.
I need to catch up on my sleep. Yeah, all the teachers decided to give us all the homework towards the end of the semester.
Yeah, that is the thing about college classes. That it seems like they're like theoretically you like learn and read and stuff, and then you have to write and produce everything at the end, but all at the same time. Does it have to be that way?
The problem is all your professors almost don't have no accreditation to be able to teach. They just know their subject.
They know this, right?
Says they have no experience on teaching, which it's not fun.
Hopefully they have interesting things to say.
Sometimes interesting for better, sometimes interesting for worse.
Okay. How are you doing, Barbara?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm glad to be here. It's so fun. Have students with us.
You
And
driving?
also parents. It's so great.
Yeah.
How far drive is it for you to come here?
It's 30 minutes. It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Where are you coming from?
From Long Meadow.
Okay, you guys come from Holyoke,
Oh, yeah.
about 25 minutes.
25.
Yeah, the members, like there, our membership in the congregation, there are some people who live in Westfield, but a good number in Springfield, Holyoke.
Used to have someone in Connecticut.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. It seems like this community is growing. This community.
Points out.
Yeah, it's great. And you didn't even know it existed.
I can't believe I didn't know it existed. Even last year when he was here, we didn't somehow know. Did you know about it?
I lived in Granby, Connecticut for years and didn't know about it, so I moved to Westfield.
Well, I'm so glad you moved to Westfield to find it. Well, some people signed up to bring things for kids, so I know a few more people are coming. So that's why I'm giving.
Ben's on her way, Sandy's on her way.
Oh, great. And, and 3 people are watching. That's so cool. I guess I can't see anything about who it is. Hello to anybody watching on YouTube. I hope you can hear this. But I'll just get some candles set up so we can do some candle lighting. This is my friend Lydia. I drove with me from Boston today. Lydia, this is everybody. And Barbara, did you see that there are little plaques on the bottom of the candlesticks?
Oh, yeah.
Put them up.
Wasn't that nice?
Yeah, it is really nice.
That's really nice. Yeah, looks good.
It does look good.
I was to acknowledge our little temple.
I saw the plaque last time I was here, but not. And I was like, where am I supposed to put them? Like, if that does not fit anywhere, but maybe they put them on. That's good.
That's good. Yeah, it looked nice.
Yeah. So, for those of you who came in and didn't take a Siddur, you will want one. We are going to be using the Kol HaNeshama maroon brooks behind Jeff on the bottom shelf. Did you get one, Barbara?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're well trained already. And Andy Blumenthal says that the audio and video are clear. That's so great. Hi, Andy. So glad you're watching the live stream with us. That's excellent. May it continue to be so. All right. Well, we'll give people, it's 7:05. Give people 2 more minutes and we'll get started. Is there anyone who really likes lighting candles? Especially those of you who don't get to light candles because you're in a college dorm. All right, you're on for being a candle lighter. So we'll start with a little Shabbat nigun to welcome in Shabbat. The words are nai 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 Shabbos. It goes like this. Yandanai yanai nai yandanai nai 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 yandanai yanai nai Shabbos. Yandanai yanai nai yandanai nai 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 Yandanai, yandanai, Shabbos. Oh, ay, 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 Shabbos. Oh, ay, 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 Shabbos. Andanai, ay, nai, nai, andanai, nai, 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 andanai, ay, nai, nai, Shabbos. Yandanai, ay, nai, nai, andanai, nai, 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 yandanai, ay, nai, nai, Shabbos. Oh, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 Shabbos. Oh, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 Shabbos. Yandanai, 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 Shabbos. So we're transitioning from in that time from the weekday and the busyness and the classes and the stress and the whatever keeps you busy during this week into a different quality of time, Shabbat time, which is a little bit more relaxed. This is a space for taking some deep breaths. And before we light the candles to signal that we're really there, I wanted to share a poem called I Am a Prayer by Joy Harjo that I just happened upon in this week's New Yorker magazine, and I just felt like, oh, I need to hold on to this week. So I wanted to start by sharing it with you. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of rain in the desert when the flowering ones need a drink. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of sun when there is no end to night. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of ocean when there is no more blue. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of clouds when few make rain songs. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of roads that lead everywhere but home. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of white birds who cannot fly through a storm of fear. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of fire who arrived to care for humans, then was misused to destroy. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of wind whose breathing carries seeds, pollen, and songs to feed the generations. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of the moon who wears the night as a shawl to hide that which should never be spoken. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of grief when life gambled with death and gave up families for guns. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of smoke, wandering the broken houses, the littered ground looking for a white flag of reason. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of forever making a path of beauty through the rubble of eternity. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of poetry speaking the soundlessness of the dead who return to speak in prayer. I am a prayer with children on my back, roaming the earth house of destruction and creation. I am a prayer without end. So with those words, we're going to enter into our prayerful space, and I'll invite Mary Beth to lead to light our candles, and then we'll say the blessing for the candles on page 5. And welcome to those of you coming in. Hi, Fran. Hi, Art. Good to see you. Sure. Go ahead. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We are going to continue with Yedid Nefesh, a hymn, poem, both. So the transliteration is on page 9, the Hebrew is on page 7, and a poetic translation is starts on page 6. So it goes like this. Yedid Nefesh of Harachamon Mishochadeth El Ritzonav Yarutzadach Kemaolayam Yishtachaveh Elul Hadarav Terablo Yedidutav Mino Nine 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 It's such a beautiful love poem, this psalm, this poem that welcomes Shabbat. Just thought I'd read a little bit of the English translation describing this love for God in many ways. And it's on page 6, I'm picking up in the middle of the second paragraph. Be kind to me, your own child, begotten by your love. For long and longing hours, I yearn for your embrace. To see my light in your light, basking in your grace. My heart's desire is to harmonize with yours. Do not conceal your pity. Hide not that light of yours. And then help my lover spread your canopy of peace and enfold all human beings. Give all pain surcease. Your presence on this earth plane do make known to us. Beautiful translation, poetic translation too. We're going to continue on page 41. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad yishmi'anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet v'litfilah. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Page 43. Likrat Shabbat lechu b'nelcha ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nitzucha sof b'machshavat tchila. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Tabori uri sher daberni kevod Adonai alayich nikba. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we rise to face the entrance and welcome the Shabbat bride, and we'll continue in the second verse on page 47. Vo'i v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzola toch emunei am segula. Vo'i chala, vo'i chala. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lechato likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. You can have a seat. And we're going to wrap up our song section to build some energy and welcome Shabbat. And before we have a transition moment between our Kabbalat Shabbat songs and candlelighting and into the Mariv service, when we were on Google Meets for our last service, I invited people to share highlights of the week. And I just wanted to...
Well, after much later and delayed in my gardening, I finally planted my garlic bed. So
Lynn planted her garlic bed!
Succeeded.
It'll be great.
Can I just relay a short funny story?
From this week?
Yeah, from this week.
Yeah, that can be your highlight of the
every
week.
Thursday, my name is Fran, and I work at the JCC in Springfield. And every Friday, they do Shabbat for the kids. And Thursdays, they order challah from PJ's, who actually has a standing delivery. And so the person came to deliver. From BJ's. Challah in a package, kosher. And believe it or not. And, so the box comes and the driver's in, she said, well, we didn't have any this week. So we sent seeded Jewish rye. And they thought that was a good thing because it had the word Jewish.
Jewish rye.
And they would say, well, is this a good substitute? And we had to say, no, it's not really a good substitute.
But thank you.
Oops.
But they tried. They tried.
I just thought,
There it is, and I thought,
Yay for successful lessons. Always.
Highland School.
What?
Yay for Highland.
Yale High for Highland School.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Any other highlights of our week?
Well, we had a board meeting on Wednesday night. Or like board meeting number 10,000, you know, a lot of board meetings. And I was reminded just how fortunate we are to have a board the way we do. You know, we stick with it month after month, year after year, and, you know, kind of keep it going. And, you know, we know each other well enough now that we're pretty comfortable mouthing off to each other. But it's a good thing.
We are all incredibly fortunate to have the board leaders in this community who keep this community going. And I'm very happy to hear that that was in the context of a highlight of your week. Thank you all, those of you who are here, for your service on the board. It makes all of this possible.
And it was Susan's birthday this week, so that's.
Oh, happy birthday, Susan.
oh, it's amazing.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
Okay, we're going to sing happy birthday right now because if I said we're going to do it at the end, we would forget.
Both of us.
So we're going to close out our highlights of the week because how can you beat birthdays with a happy birthday. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Susan and Risa.
The same birthday, yeah.
And many more. All right, I'll look forward to hearing other highlights of your week during Kiddush. But for now, I'm going to invite you to turn to page 57 for Baruchu and rise in body or spirit. Baruchu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You can be seated. Umavir yom u'mevi laila, umavdil ben yom u'ben laila. Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'rabim. Blessed are you, Almighty One, who makes the evening fall. Continue Vahavat Olam on page 63. Vahavat Chalutos Mimenu Le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, beloved one, who loves your people Israel. We'll turn to V'shivtecha u'vlechtecha v'derech u'shofbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'od al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot beinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha. Continue silently. Picking up on page 73. Leman tizkaru basitam et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiyot lachem le'elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. I am the infinite, your God. First taste of freedom in the air. In that moment, they sang, Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef elet, Nora tehilot osef elet, Yai nai 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 nai, yana nai 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 nai, yana nai 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 nai, yana nai 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 nai, yai yai nai nai nai, yana nai 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 nai, yai yai nai nai nai, yana nai 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 nai. Let me turn to page 8081 for Hashkibenu. And our Siddur includes some beautiful illustrations. And this is one of the pages that has illustrations across the spread of the page, an image of Jerusalem at peace. And this prayer, Hashkibenu, is specifically a prayer for a peaceful night with a recognition that as it gets dark, we seek a little bit more assurance that we will get through the night. And I know that that can be true on any night or for any dark period, and this is a particularly dark period for Jews around the world. Certainly all of the residents of Jerusalem that's going on. Hashkibenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Help us to lie down, dear one, our God, in peace, and let us rise again, our sovereign, to life. V'shmor tzeitenu u'boenu l'chaim u'l'shalom me'ata ve'ad ulam. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. So guard our goings and our comings for life and for peace, now and forever. And page Vishamru is a text directly from our Torah that is the instruction that the children of Israel should keep Shabbat throughout the generations, should have time. And the Shabbat is an eternal bond between God and the people. And when we keep Shabbat, we're, in whatever way we observe Shabbat, in whatever way we observe this rhythm of a week and work and rest, and setting aside some sacred time for ourselves, we're affirming that we want to continue to be in relationship with the divine in whatever way we can. In whatever way we understand that it's an ongoing relationship. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asod et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beini uben b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. Bishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asod et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asod et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorot veridol. So we're going to turn now in our service into the Amidah. I invite you to take a look on page 89 to the beautiful Shabbat. Shabbat is included in our book, and sometimes in Jewish prayer spaces you'll see art. It's a form of art that Jews, there's a thing that Jews are not supposed to make images of God, and in some communities that became like, we don't really do visual art because we don't want to try and represent God, but we can make art out of the sacred words of Torah. From Psalms, Shiviti Adonai Lenegdi Tamid, it's included in the word art as a focal point, and it means I turn myself always to have God in front of me. So wherever the Shiviti is in the it might be like, if you go into a synagogue or an old synagogue that has one, it's like there so you can see it and use it as a meditation tool to focus your energy and be reminded of God and God's presence and help direct your prayer. But we don't have one in our physical space, but we have one in our book. So I just love it. So I'm going to invite you to rise in body or spirit as we turn to the Amidah, and we'll start together with the first two paragraphs, and then we'll have some time for silent prayer and meditation. Adonai sepatai tiftachu pia b'tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Abraham, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magin. Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham Bezrat Sarah. Page 95. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Rav Le'Hoshiach. Moshich HaRuach L'Morid HaGashem. Chalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechaye Kol Chai B'Rachamim Rabim. Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato L'Shenei Avar. V'Chamocha Ba'al Gevurot, U'Midom Elah, Melech Mevid U'Mechayeh, U'Matzliach Yeshua, V'Ne'eman Atal HaChayot Kol Chai. Baruch atah Adonai, V'Chayeh Kol Chai. Words of the Amidah include several distinct blessings. The first one that we did together was a blessing that named our ancestors. Some of them we're going to talk about in a minute. The first blessing describes our relationship as an ongoing one since the time of our ancestor, and is kind of a way of saying, God, remember, like, you've had me a long time ago, and I should say I'm not at you because I think it is a beautiful prayer for peace. And actually, I realized that I think originally it was a Shabbos song that the Klezmatics re-recorded, and instead of the word Shabbos, they put Shalom, meaning peace, Shalom, the Yiddish peace. So the three lines are Voltich gehat koich, if translated, at least to me, as if I only had the strength, the koich, Voltich gelofen in the gassen, I would go running through the streets, Voltich geschrieben Shalom, and go screaming peace, 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 Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. And I thought that is resonating with me. If I only had the strength, that is all I would want to be talking about right now. Or just screaming in the streets is like, how do we get to peace? So it goes like this, and actually, why don't I say the Yiddish words, and you can repeat it back to me, just to try and get some of those words in our mouths. So the first line is Voltich gehat koich. You're right, koich, yeah. Voltich gehat koich. And I should say, because I'm not a Yiddishist, this is my memory of being taught the Yiddish words. So if any of you are Yiddishists, or if anyone watching this live stream, you can correct me later. Wird gelaufen in de Gassen. Wird gelaufen in de Gassen, the streets. You know the koach, good. Laufen in de Gassen. What? Koach is and koach comes into Yiddish as koach. So wird gelaufen in de Gassen, and then wird geschrieben Shalom. I would scream peace. Wird geschrieben Shalom. So it goes like this, and I'll sing it through a few times, and if you want to try and join me in the Yiddish, you can, or just feel free to sing it as a nigun. Voltich gehat koich, voltich gelaufen in de Gassen, voltich geschrieben Shalom, 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 Shalom. That's all. Voltich gehat koich, voltich gelaufen in de Gassen, voltich geschrieben Shalom, 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 Shalom. Voltich gehat koich, voltich gelaufen in de Gassen, voltich geschrieben Shalom, 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 shalom. Yay, 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 yay. See if I can find an actual recording of that and send it all to you. Who knows? I hope I got the syllables right, but yeah. Thanks for learning that one. So for our Torah portion this week, we are in.
I gotta put the volume down. Turn
Yeah.
the phone off.
Great. So we are in the book of Genesis, in the book of Bereshit,
Call me.
and our parsha is Vayishlach. And the book of Genesis is just packed. There's just like so many stories in each Torah portion. So the part that I was the children of Isaac and Rebekah, and they had very different proclivities and interests, and Jacob stole Esau's birthright and blessing. That was not very nice. He stole his father's blessing by pretending to be Esau, and previously he had bought his brother's birthright, and it was shady. We're not going to really talk about that part, but it made Esau really pissed off, and Jacob had to leave the house and like run away because Esau was going to kill him. Does this ring some bells? Okay, house. And became a shepherd working for Laban, and there was a whole bunch of episodes where he fell in love with Laban's younger daughter, but in order to marry Rachel, he had to marry first Laban's older daughter, Leah, and there was a little bit of tension there. And in the process, he also got to have Leah and Rachel's maidservants as his other wife, concubine, so he had children with 4 women. Built a big family. That is where we get the 12 tribes of Israel. Lots of children. Yes. This is all sounding somewhat familiar? Okay. So he's built a really big family, and he was doing he had an agreement with Laban that he would get to keep the spotted sheep and goats, and somehow it worked out, or maybe Jacob was like smart in how he had the goats breed and ended up with a lot more of the goats than Laban did in the sheep. Anyway, then there was some tension between Jacob and Laban after all this time, and Jacob gets a message from God and says it's time to go home. But remember, someone wants to kill him at home. Yes. But Jacob is like, okay, God, you say you're my God and the God of my fathers, and you're going to protect me, and this stuff is getting a little tense with Laban. Let's go. And so that's where the story starts. So he's ready to go, and he gets his wives and his children, and they all get ready to go. But he is nervous. I should say there's a whole episode with Laban coming after him, but I'm going to skip that for now. Esau was really angry at him, wanted to kill him, and Jacob had legitimately really screwed over Esau. So this is real tension. And so he sends a scout ahead. Be like, Jacob's coming back. What's the deal? How's this gonna go? And the messenger comes back and it says, oh, Esau's coming. He's trying to think about what to do. And he first he breaks his household into 2 different camps. Like if Esau comes with maybe one of the camps will get away if one of them is attacked. And he sends all of these gifts ahead to meet Esau to try and appease Esau. Like, here, lots and lots of animals and other gifts. And then another envoy, and then another one. And so he's really trying to make Esau not so angry when he, maybe not try and kill him when they get back together. So there's that episode, and then the last night, everybody else has crossed the river, and Jacob is alone on one side of the river, and a man comes and wrestles with him through the night. and Jacob doesn't know who it is, and it's kind of a divine messenger, not totally clear who it is, and he wrenches some part of Jacob's hip, or injures Jacob's hip, and Jacob says, "Bless me," or like, "I won't let you go till you bless me," and that is where Jacob gets renamed by this divine presence, Israel, as one who struggled with God, or one who wrestled with God. So that's where we get the name of Bnei Israel, children of people. We are people who struggle and wrestle with God. So that's that little piece. And he wakes up in the morning and he goes across the river and he actually encounters Esau for the first time in more than 2 decades. And what happens? Anyone know?
They made up.
They made up. Yeah. Well, here's what happens, and it's kind of interesting. So the first piece that we get is Esau ran up to him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. It is a peaceful encounter. And that's very profound. That's so nice. Nobody was still trying to kill anybody. And so that's very poignant, and you can hold that up as a story of reconnection, reconciliation, forgiveness. And the story continues. Sorry for all that stuff I did before. I don't know. He doesn't say that, but it's gifts. And then, there's all these like people in his camp, including small children. And Esau's like, "Let's travel together. Let me help you. There's like a lot of, like, let's go together." And Jacob is like, "No, you go on ahead. We're going to move slowly. We've got a lot of animals, kids of humans and animals. Like, you go ahead and we'll meet you there." And so Esau eventually goes by himself. I don't know about the 400 people he came with, or if he even did come with those people, I forget. He goes back to where he was living in a dome. And it says that Jacob goes someplace else. Jacob, they met, they had this moment, but they did not go back to living in the same place. So there are 2 ways of reading the encounter. We can read this as a story of resolution and reconciliation, and a lot of the this isn't going to work. I'm going to go a different place. And a lot of commentary goes in the direction trying to explain that and creates Esau into a character. And this is rabbinic midrash, and this is what rabbinic midrash does, which is come up with stories to try and explain things. So this is not out of the ordinary, but in this, the read that a lot of midrash goes into is that Esau is essentially non-trustworthy, or Jacob doesn't have the capacity to trust him, which I think that's 2 different things. Rabbi Leora Abelson lifts up both of those ways and says that both of them are looking for a way to explain and simplify a very complicated relationship. And both are trying to hold this really complex relationship and pin it down in one way or the other. Yes, I think that's true. Those are 2 different reads, but both of those reads of the story exist for a reason, because they're both plausible, and it's complicated in that. And I think that we get to inherit both of those traditions, and think about that for Jacob and Esau, and also for any other deeply conflicted relationship that we have, that there can be possible moments of reconciliation and moments of trust, moments of distrust, and our traditions as we hold. We don't have to lock into only one of those interpretations. But I did want to bring one beautiful 19th century commentary about one piece of the story, which this is from Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch. And it's the line where it says, Esau ran and embraced and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And this is in response, that this commentary is in response to the chain of tradition that describes Esau as essentially untrustworthy. And Rabbi Hirsch says, the weeping changes everything that we might think of Esau. He could have feigned the kiss and the embrace, but the tears flowed from his soul. So there's this essential humanizing of Esau and a recognition that kiss can be false, a truce between these two brothers can be temporary, but there's a truth in tears. And the tears can, like, look at the tears, basically, I think is one of the reads here. Look to where the tears are, the real tears. That's where there's humanity and compassion and empathy. And that might be something to hold on to. So I am obviously thinking a lot about what is happening in Israel. And I imagine a lot of people are, and I want to name that. And I want to add to heartbreaking. It is, some of the news is just infuriating, and it's pulling our hearts in many directions, probably. At least I'll say it's pulling my heart in many directions. It's complicated, and I want to give us all and invite each of us to have space for grief, for what's going on, to recognize just how sad, profoundly sad, and on so many levels. Whatever degree of separation is, there's so much to grieve and be scared about. There's the dreams of, there might be some dreams about what Israel is or what peace could be that we're starting to see in new light, and grieve what, as our ideas might be shifting. I know that my ideas and understandings have been in a flow, because this is the hardest time of Israel's history that I've ever lived through, and it's the hardest time of Jewish history in a long time. And I want to have a prayer for myself and a prayer for all of us to be able to make space and honor the grief that we're going through. And if anybody wants to talk more individually about what you're seeing, what you're feeling, how the news is affecting you as news of what's happening in Israel or in Gaza, or how that's affecting your life, your communities, your interactions and relationships here in Westfield or wherever you live, that's real, because there are ripple effects ongoing that are affecting all of us here in the United States too. So with that, I opened our Shabbat service with a prayer poem, but I actually want to read it again, both because I think it's really beautiful and some people missed it, but I just thought it was a beautiful prayer in this moment when there's just so much to hold. So this is a prayer, this is a poem by Joy Harjo, who was, I think, was or still is a National Poet Laureate, was called I Am a Prayer, and it was published in this week's New Yorker, or last week's New Yorker. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is profound, I need to keep this one. So I am a prayer. I am a prayer of rain in the desert when the flowering ones need a drink. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of sun when there is no end to night. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of ocean when there is no more blue. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of clouds when few make rain songs. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of roads that lead everywhere but home. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of white birds who cannot fly through a storm of fear. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of fire who arrived to care for humans, then was misused to destroy. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of wind whose breathing carries seeds, pollen, and songs to feed the generations. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of moon who wears the night as a shawl to hide that which should never be spoken. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of grief when life gambled with death and gave up families for guns. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of smoke wandering the broken houses, the littered ground looking for a white flag of reason. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of mountains, those tall, humble ones who agreed to lift our eyes to see. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of forever making a path of beauty through the rubble of eternity. I am a prayer. I am a prayer of poetry speaking the soundlessness of the dead who return to speak in prayer. I am a prayer with children on my back roaming the earth house of destruction and creation. I am a prayer without end. We will wrap up our service with a prayer for healing, and we'll turn to Mourner's Kaddish and Aleinu. So I think our prayer for healing isn't in the book, so we'll do a simple song for that. But before we do, I want to invite you to share the names of people you're praying for healing for today, body or mind or spirit.
I'll declare.
Thank you.
Rico Goldberg.
Cheryl Wojcik,
Thank you.
Jamie, Charlotte Schwartz, Gary Duffy Davis,
Ashley Doherty, Ms. Fleming. For all those in our hearts. I think I introduced this healing prayer at least once before. It says, it's in English, when the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. So I'll sing it through a few times and hopefully you'll catch on if you haven't heard it before. When the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. For the right page. Aha. I invite you to rise for Aleinu on page 121. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, L'tekedu l'yotzer breshit, shenatan lanu Torah temet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu, page 123. V'anachnu korim, u'mishachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, השמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו השמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, הבט מלכנו ופסולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשיבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. Turn to page 129 for Mourner's Kaddish. I'm sorry, 129, 131. Sorry, 130, 131 for Mourner's Kaddish. Before we recite it, I'm wondering if anybody is observing a yard site or remembering anyone in particular today. For anyone in our hearts, for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei rabbah, v'yalmad divrach liratei v'yamlif lachotei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalah b'zman karev v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah v'barach le'olam v'lamei almayad. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpahar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithalom Shmei d'Kodesha Baruchu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbachata v'nechemata D'amiran be'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav Hu ya'aseh shalom Aminu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom. For coming to our Shabbat service tonight, and if anybody is still watching on our Shabbat service for a little while, next weekend on December 10th, we have our Hanukkah party.
Yeah.
And so that is Sunday. The candle lighting is at
6:30.
It's at 6:30.
Yeah.
Candle lighting is at 6:30, and it's in town in Westfield on the green, and then we go across the street for latkes and yeah. Anything else to say about
The
Hanukkah?
mayor's office offered to kind of coordinate candle lighting. Did you see that?
The mayor's office?
Yeah. So it's in the newsletter, and they have, they're promoting this on their own.
Great.
Independent
Perfect.
of us. So anybody who's interested who says, I'd like to be there to light in.
Oh, do you mean
All week.
all week long to light
Yes.
the candles?
Yes, so you can pick a night, there are 8, as we all know.
Yeah.
And Amy, who's the administrative assistant for the mayor, is gonna coordinate that, and obviously it's really well.
Yeah.
It's running well.
But it's better.
And it's a nice idea.
Yeah, it's nice. That's great.
Good question.
Whatever they can.
Yeah, I think somewhere close to sundown.
Yeah, that's so great. Let's light the candles all 8 nights.
And apparently somebody's already reached out to them
Perfect.
who wants to be part of that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's our Hanukkah event for December, and then we will be online January, February, March. We have a Friday night in January and then Saturday morning, March. April.
We have an adult ed. also.
And we have an adult ed on the 17th, where I will be doing a little bit of teaching of Midrash, of rabbinic story. Hopefully, my theme is something about hope. Hopefully, I'll have figured out more detail between now and then, but that's what I'm interested in. So, and I love
That's
Midrash.
a Google Meets thing.
It's a Google Meets thing. It'll be online the 17th, Sunday morning at 10:30. I love Midrash. They're such interesting texts, so different. I don't know, great stories.
Next Thursday, we have our monthly night at Soup Kitchen. Lynn has graciously volunteered to cook everything.
I'm not telling you what I'm cooking.
Yeah, we'll skip the menu for now.
Can you give me a
Maybe, but Lynn's doing it all, and
Really not kosher.
just for you guys.
Lynn does it all. I'm doing meat.
Okay, so this is a tiny but mighty congregation. Soup kitchen, citywide Hanukkah party, learning. Wow.
And then on Christmas Day.
Soup kitchen again, right?
We have for the last maybe 40 years or so, served a big roast beef dinner at the soup kitchen, in the same place.
Amazing.
And we do amazing sides and desserts and cookies and lots of volunteers. If you'd like to.
So students, if you're still around, you too could help out on Christmas Day. What? And eat.
And the food's great.
Great.
Yeah.
And
It's
we're
a
serving
busy
indoors
month.
this year.
We're actually serving congregate meal.
So we are going to wrap up our service with Adon Olam. That's on page 133, and then we're going to go downstairs and make kiddush and have a little snack. Yay, snacks. So page 133. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'Sherem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Li'it Nasa, B'Chefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, V'Acharei Kiflot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora Adon, Fara Adon Olam, V'hu echad v'en sheni, Lahamshilo lehachbira Adon Olam, B'li reshit, B'li tachlit, V'lo ha'oz v'ha'misra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher malach, B'terem kol, Yitzir nivra, Li'it nasa, B'chefsa kol, Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam, V'hu eli, V'chai goali, V'tzorchat li b'yitzara Adon Olam, V'hu nisi umanos li, V'nat kosi b'yom v'kra Adon Olam, V'yado avkid ruchi, Beit Tishan Be'ayira Adon Olam, B'ruchi Olam. Shabbat Shalom.
Yep.